Hello everyone, tonight we will be doing some more modern games. I'm going to start with an Eldrazi and Taxes build, and then go from there. Still haven't really made a decision, unfortunately. I'm fairly indecisive, but just going to keep trying decks and see where it goes. Right now, Humans is at the top of my list, followed by the Abzan Vizier combo, followed by Vizier Nightfall, and then Elves Affinity, and then I don't know where Eldrazi are at right now. But I really like the combos, which is why the non-affinity decks are pretty high, but I'm also really liking Humans just because it's full of interaction but also pretty aggressive, so it's a pretty unique deck in that sense. So that's one of the reasons I'm trying the Eldrazi.
Your game can start.
The Eldrazi and Taxes deck
Your
is because
game
it
has started.
plays somewhat similar. It's somewhat aggressive but also somewhat controlling, so we're going to give it a try. This hand seems good enough. It's got lands and spells, so I'm going to start with Concealed Courtyard. Obviously, it's the fast land. It's better than the others. We really want to get like a Leonin Arbiter. That would be nice. Just trying to figure out what our opponent's on. Bloodstained Mire into... Right now, first thing that pops to my head is like the Mardu Pyromancer deck. Yep. This definitely suggests Mardu Pyromancer or the Hollow One deck. Let's see what he's got going on in his graveyard. So, Unburial Rites? So it's 3 flashback cards. But regardless, I think Path to Exile is going to be a good card in this matchup if they're trying to recur things. We'll play our Thalia. We haven't seen any creatures from our opponent, but they definitely play creatures. So far it's been a bunch of non-creatures, and Thalia's pretty good against that. Looks like it might have just completely prevented our opponent from doing anything, which is nice. Right, so we'll go ahead and attack. No reason really to not attack. We'll play our Ghost Quarter next turn. Or this turn. And our opponent's not really doing much, so we'll play out our creature. It's a fairly strong creature, so 3 mana, 3/3 first strike. Alright. Not exactly sure what our opponent's playing, but they use the graveyard, so Rest in Peace will come in. Not sure other than that, so I think we'll just keep it at that. This deck seems kind of hard to cut cards from, but I guess I don't know if I like the one of Blades Placer, so we'll just drop that and yeah, we'll do that. No, they play Unburial Rites. We should keep Path to Exiles in, but Blade Splicer can go out. That's probably too slow for them, and that doesn't seem like it's really going to kill anything.
Your game has started.
Why do I always get multiple Thalias? Alright, so this hand doesn't exile anything, and it has 2 Thalias. So it's basically a mulligan to 6. And that doesn't seem that great against him, so we'll just mulligan. Yeah, I don't like this hand. Because none of our lands actually do anything, they're just lands. Okay. Yeah, we'll go to 4. Okay, yeah, we'll keep this one. We will try it. That one can go to the bottom. This one's going to be rough. It's possible we should have kept that 6, but I mean, it had a Thalia. So, yeah, but it looks like our opponent didn't get to play last game. We don't get to play this game, but that's okay. I guess we should pretend like we have something. Because if you click the to instep, that lets you respond to what your opponent does. If they do anything. The opponent hasn't done much. Spell? Colored land? Ah. They got us. So we'll play our Ghost Quarter and pass turn. Not much we can do here. An Eldrazi spell would be nice. More specifically, Thought Knot Seer. I guess we'll cast the spell that we can cast. Leave Ghost Quarter open. You may put a... So you target, and then... Yeah, you decide afterwards. Lightning Axe? Alright, so he's a pretty heavy discard deck. Ashen Rider. Okay. Yeah. Well, it enters untapped, so I think we're good for now. So he's basically a really heavy reanimator deck. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Sacrifice that creature at the beginning of the next instep. Okay. He can only target lands, so we'll use that to get another colored source. Our deck's more white, so we'll get a plains. That's a pretty strong combo. Nice. We're so good at this game. Our opponent is playing quite slow, unfortunately. Oh, play black, white. That opponent. Fortunately, we pretty much have to take any removal spells if he has removal spells. Nope, he's just got Ashen Riders and Elish Norn. So if he can get an Elish, I mean, they're all basically bad for us. So I guess we take the... Elish Norn, because that is, I think, the most bad. With it being able to kill our multiple Tidehollow Scholars. So we'll play our other Tidehollow Scholar. Destroy target artifact. Yep. Interesting. I mean, I guess both of those are good against cards that we have played. I mean, I guess he go ahead and cast it so that we don't take it. And then we have two of his things. But we're, at this point, since we don't have any more Tidehollow Scholars, I mean, I guess we'll still just take that to make him waste potential removal spells on him, as opposed to if he can just slam an Elish Norn at some point. He gets multiple kill spells. Our opponent really is playing quite slow, unfortunately. We will not use his ability. A, because we don't want to kill our own dude, and B, because the only card we have in exile for them is an Elish Norn, and we do not want to put that into their graveyard. So anytime he doesn't just play a land, it's kind of scary because he gets his stuff back. He's currently trying to, because he gets to exile two things, and again, this is quite strong because it doesn't exile the creature, it just sacrifices the creature. He gets rid of our colorless land, and then he exiles Shambling Vent as opposed to, I guess he's, I don't know what he's trying to do. I was thinking maybe he just is gonna try to kill these creatures with an Elish Norn, but he doesn't have an Elish Norn. He just has two Ashen Riders in hand. So opponent is thinking. He doesn't have anything to think about, but he is thinking. Because we know his hand, we know his graveyard, he doesn't have anything he can do. So I don't know what the situation is, but just gotta wait. Alright, Joe Plains. Opponent, please. Alright. Attack for 5. currently have a 4-turn clock. I guess now it's 3 turns. If he ever gets like a real reanimation spell, like the, not Gifts Ungiven, but the one, what is it? It's, I can't remember the name of the spell. I feel dumb. I'm gonna look it up. And this is now lethal, so if our opponent can't do anything, then we win. But I assume he's got to have something. Let's figure out what that card's called. Unburial Rights. Alright, so he has land Obsidian, so that's pretty strong. To his battlefield. Did he not drain 2? What did I miss? He was at 8, he's still at 8. Alright, if we had some colorless mana, we could start going off with that. I don't think it serves any purpose for us to be attacking into his thing, because we can only do 5 damage, and then next turn, well, I guess if we do 5, then next turn we would deal 4. Alright, Collective Brutality, he gets to discard his hand. And this is a reason to hold back, because he does play a lot of removal spells, it looks like. So he can kill any of those. Well, not any of those, but either of the 2. So he 3-modes it. He gets back his Elesh Norn to his hand. If he attacks, we're not blocking. Yeah, definitely not blocking. We go to 11. Next turn he drains us, goes down to 9. He attacks us for 5. Go to 4. We gain 2 here. So we're not dead to what he currently has. So we're not going to play around random stuff, and that's reasonable, but we still just want to get in while we can. Right, opponent goes to 2, and then he drains back up to 4. We go to 11, take 5 down to 6. And if he just leaves it in this turn, we should be good. Because I don't think he can kill both of our things. Alright, so our opponent is dead. And he's just dead on board, because we know the card he has in his hand. Right, we know the card he has in his hand is Elesh Norn. He can't do anything from his graveyard, so we'll just suit it up just to, again, just to kind of show our opponent that they were dead on board. He'll take 5. This doesn't have lifelink. No. Alright. That wasn't much of a game. I mean, the deck did its stuff, but we're gonna try again. That was actually kind of fun though. I didn't get to do just Eldrazi things. I just played a couple 3/3s for 3 and turned them sideways. The Tide Hollow Scholars didn't even really do anything. Because they exiled a thing, but then they died, so. That was not much of a game, as I said. So we'll try it again. Just waiting. Again, one of the major problems with X-Mage is the fact that it's not nearly as popular as Magic Online.
Your game can start.
So you don't get to play as much.
Your game has started.
And the competition is usually lesser here. We're gonna mulligan this one. Hand doesn't do much on account of having one land. And not even a colored land. Yeah, that one's a little better. I like that one. Aether Vial's a good card. And we have the Wombo combo of Leonin Arbiter and Ghost Quarter. Well, that's a weird looking Urza's Mine, but that's cool. We would definitely like to uptick. Condescend. Alright, so it's mono blue Tron. You got it. And we're not just going to not play our spell to play around counter spells. I mean, that would be kind of silly. So we're just going to try to hit our next land drop and play some magic. Opponent missed a land drop. Alright. He even scried? Oh yeah, he bottom. Dang. Alright. Well. Can't do anything, so we won't do anything. Alright. Opponent missed more land drops. But having an Aether Vial means that we can play good cards. Which card do we want to play? I don't even know if we want to play a card, since he likely has another counter spell. So we'll just let him do his thing. And then just use our mana on Eldrazi Displacer and Blade Splicer. Sounds good. Because we just don't want him casting spells. Because his spells let him draw cards and scry. So, Psych Rift. That's rude. I guess we'll activate it. Alright, what do we want to put in? So we've got 3 options. We can save our Aether Vial. Or we can get in real things, and real things sound good. Thalia seems pretty good right now against him. So I'm thinking Thalia. Alright. Because Aether Vial for 1 is very reasonable. Because he just bounced it to our hand, he didn't destroy it. If he was like actually destroying it, then sure. But if he played a land this turn, add black. So he should be able to add black. But I guess it's not exactly how that works. So we'll play Aether Vial. Spell Burst. Makes sense. Right, yeah, we'll play the Splicer. Go to attacks. I guess I'm supposed to play, I guess I'm supposed to play the Blade Splicer because it's more damage. So does he have 5 mana? So I guess we'll just... I guess we gotta hold back now, because if he has a 5th land, we don't want to just spew our hand. So. Okay. Alright, well that's good. Beginning of the next end step. Yeah. And we'll just do this, and then we'll do Blade Splicer Flicker Wisp next turn. Alright, he's Cyclonic Rifting. Sure. I guess I'm supposed to do that during combat, so you can't float mana and do things. That was my bad. Yep. we'll play another displacer. Yep. Yes, I would like to put a counter. Just gonna keep playing out the displacer. I would very much like to pay 3, but we can't. So, not turned out super well for us. But no matter what we played, they were gonna deal with it. And we can't just wait for that to get to 3. Yep. He doesn't have Academy Ruins yet, so. Alright, sure. Alright, I guess we shouldn't do that. We should do this and this. I will not play the Tide Hollow Sculler. Yep. You can have our turn. But we're still going to take a thing. That one. What you got, opponent? Condescend, Treasure Mage. Probably Condescend. No, I guess we gotta take Worm Coil Engine. That's the scariest card. I assume he's gonna say no. Probably just better to play the... Well, I mean, we have Path to Exile, so... What you got, bruh? Ghost Quarter or Temple. Flicker Whisper Aether Vial. It's probably his best play. I don't even know if any of that is good. I mean, regardless of what he does, he's not in a great spot. Alright, this is taking his time, correct? Despite it being my turn. Yeah. So, opponent is thinking... Really, there's no combination that's like actively good against what we have. I guess maybe Path one of our dudes, Flicker Wisp the Tide Hollow Sculler. He has to play Path because he's got a. Does he have a Worm Coil? Did I take Worm Coil? I don't remember what I took. What did I take? Yeah, I took Worm Coil Engine. So he gets his Worm Coil Engine back. And then Ghost Quarter is our Eldrazi Temple. Which he did give us a land. That was nice of him. That was very nice of him. There's nothing here that you can exile that's worth it. I think it's just better to set us back on lands. You don't have to tap out to do this. You could pay 0 for X. Huh. Actually, I don't know if he can pay 0 for X. He attacked? Why did he attack? He can't do anything to... He just decided to take 3? Okay. He just felt like losing 3 life. That is fine. And then he's playing our Blade Splicer? No, he's just tapping it. Okay. I mean, he already played his, he already took 3, so... Alright, what you getting? Just Worm Coil Engine number 2. You already have 1. Is it when it dies? Yeah. We will play our Ghost Quarter. We're definitely not attacking. I don't know if he attacks. But I think we want to go ahead and deal with that Urza's Tower. He already used Condescend, he used his Treasure Mage, he's got a Worm Coil Engine in hand, that's it. So I guess we just flash in the Blade Splicer. Not attacking. Do 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 do. What? I clearly missed something. Wait, is this his turn? Ah, it's his turn. Yeah, I guess we flash in our dude. That's what I missed. I missed him drawing a card. Coil number 2. So technically we can kill it, but that just would not be good for us. So we're not gonna. Oh no. Alright, so definitely playing that. Yeah, he's got an Cyclonic Rift exiled. Maybe we could kill the Treasure Mage. We could shrink the Worm Coil Engine and attack. I don't think that does anything really. Yeah, I think we're fairly dead, but we'll play one more turn. That one. Yep. That one. Alright. To our turn. But we're fairly dead. I guess that's the thing with this deck. It's not very aggressive. Granted, we did get controlled pretty hard from the get-go. But is this still game 1? I think this is still game 1. So he's gaining 12 up to 23. We can only deal 10. That does not do it, so we'll just concede this one. Alright, so Mono Blue Tron. Nope. No. Nope. Yeah, Stony Silence seems good enough. And Wasteland Strangler seems pretty bad. So we'll try it like this. Because I guess we might have wanted to board in Gideon. But he just seems okay. I mean, he's Gideon, and he's our opponent's a pretty slow deck. But if our opponent can't answer Gideon, then he pretty much takes over the game. But we didn't really want Rest in Pieces. I guess, okay. I guess I should have thought about this a little more, because Rest in Peace stops his infinite take our turns combo with the Academy Ruins. So that might have been worth bringing in. So if we get to a game 3, I'll readjust. Because I didn't even think, I was like, Rest in Peace, he only plays Snapcaster, it's not that big of a deal. But I forgot that Academy Ruins Mindslaver is pretty important.
Your game has started.
We will go first. This hand's pretty slow, but I haven't seen like any Thought-Knot series. We're gonna keep it though because it's got a tight Hollow Sculler and that seems really good against him. So we're gonna try to go off of that. Hopefully we don't just draw a crap ton of lands. Are they likely to search next turn? I don't think so. We'll just play tight Hollow Sculler. Let's look at that opponent. See what they got going on. Probably Spatial Contortion. I think we have to take that one because it kills our Sculler. Granted, Search for Azcanta is pretty good. Do we prevent Azcanta from happening? Or do we Or do we happening for a turn, or do we? Because that does seem just really good. Just gonna get a lot of value off of it. Because he definitely kills our Scholar. But I think holding off the search for Azcant is pretty good, because maybe next, like if he kills our thing, then maybe we can draw another one. Or, yep, kills our dude. Maybe we draw a real spell. Like a Tide Hollow Scholar. Or a Thought Knot Seer. Man, this was planned out pretty well. Yep, kills our thing, but then we'll still just take it back. Most likely take it back. Anything really change? Nope, I want to take that away from him. Yeah, we're going to take that away from him. No super value for you. Plays an expedition map. That's good news for us, because he can't counter our Arbiter. So we'll just play that, go tapped, play an Arbiter, so now he can't. Okay. And you should definitely sack the map in response. Because now he can't, I mean, he can sacrifice it, but he can't search his deck. And he can't search off of Solemn, so this is okay with me. Spreading Seas, that's rude. So can we do both? Yeah, we can do both. Any permanent? Yeah. Because we were supposed to tap that one, not that one. Pretty bad at this. So we'll just... So, all of that did not go as intended. You got it. So, play Thalia. Alright, so I'm thinking Rest in Peace might be worth it, and Gideon might be worth it. Is Mind Sensor worth it? Yeah, they actually do a good bit of searching. So let's fix this. Yeah, path doesn't seem that great. Once he gets a worm coil down, we're probably just dead. And then 2 more. Both of those seem fine. This color seems fine. That one seems fine. Maybe. Maybe we don't need 3 rest in pieces. And then drop a... Yeah, dropping a splicer is... No, 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 no. Well, that was completely wrong. You all saw what just happened there. That was absolutely incorrect. Alright. So fortunately
game
it
has
kept stuff
started.
kind of sorted for us, which was nice. 3 temples, no Eldrazi. No white mana. Spells we have are pretty good. Yeah, I think we gotta keep. This dude just has a lot of good cards, so. Repeal? That's so rude. White mana. Hey. I think we'll play the Arbiter first so we can play Vile Follia next turn. Alright, so now we can actually do Vile Displacer, which is pretty good. See if he wants to counter this. Nope. Alright. See if he wants to counter this. Yep. If we had played the Displacer first, he still could have countered it, so. Ordering was not super relevant there. Take 2. So this should be adding black. So I'm not exactly sure why it just shows an island. Spreading seas. Hopefully it doesn't target our planes. Oh, he targeted our planes. Haha. Alright. So I think we'll just hold open the mind sensor. I guess we can, yeah, Thalia is just better. I just kind of wanted to play it off the Aether Vial, but we can't this turn. If we could last turn, then that would be better. But what ifs? We'll play Athalia. So a lot of stuff he could have. He has 6 cards in hand, so that alone is pretty good. He doesn't have drawn, which is relevant. We would like to put a counter. Thought Not Seer seems pretty good. So, Snapcaster Condescend does not work. Repeal does, if he wants to. If he's just trying to get it out of his hand. So he can repeal my Aether Vial again. He's being so rude, man. Oh, okay, that's a hand. Repeals the Aether Vial. Is there any real advantage to holding open Mind Sensor? I don't think so, because we know his hand. Well, we know his hand's a Teleria West. So, we won't play it, so we can Mind Sensor and try to stop him from dealing with this. I mean, he can get Alien, but he won't get the... okay. Can you transmute as an instant? No, you cannot. So many things going on. So he's played his mine. So we know he just has... oh, no, because he repealed, so he got to draw a card. Expedition Map. Yes. So now do we know his hand? No. Darn. Can't play Rest in Peace. So we will Rest in Peace. Guess we'll tap one of our islands. I think that's one safe attacks. Yep. So he's got to do a lot to get through our Arbiter and Mind Sensor and Thalia. This is going fairly well. Opponent is thinking. He's got... we know he has 3 lands in hand, so he's got 2 unknowns. He can't exactly search with Expedition Map, because it would cost him 4, and then he only gets to look at the top 5. So if he hits exactly, what is he missing? The power plant? Oh, nice. Then he's got more mana to work with. That was fairly lucky for our opponent, but we're still just gonna bash in, pretty sure with everything, because he's got. We know he still has those three, so he's still got 2 unknowns. So if he's got Snapcaster and blocks here, he takes 8. But if he doesn't have Snapcaster, then we're good. So we'll just bash with everything. He did his job. Granted, not particularly well, but he still did his job. So opponent gets to draw. No, I'm being mean, but he did a good job. Our Arbiter did a good job. So our opponent's at 4. If he ever Oblivion Stones, he loses his Spreading Seas, so that's good news. And if he does that, then okay, he taps out of all his blue. Tapped oh, because we have Thalia. Makes sense. Yeah, because see, that just gives us good stuff. And he's got 7 mana, 7 colorless. So we have no idea what he has in his hand. He conceded. Good game. But that was a last-ditch effort. Like, he's dead on board, so if he doesn't have an answer, then kind of sucks for him. So, what do we think of Eldrazi in Texas? So no combo, which is kind of being a big deal for me, because I just like being able to have a win button, but it's not the end all be all. And if we're not doing flicker Eldrazi stuff, Tron might just better. Eldrazi Tron might be better, because flicker change just don't happen. So maybe we'll try an Eldrazi Tron deck. No, I don't think I want Eldrazi Tron. Let me see. Yeah, that's not what I want to be doing. So I think that's a no for the Eldrazi and taxes. So we got humans, affinity, and devoted druid decks. Let's try another game of humans. I'm liking humans. It's currently at the top of my list. Right now I've got humans, devoted druid, and then affinity. Just because I think humans is probably... It's definitely less explosive than affinity. I'll try some more affinity though later, but I think I'm gonna miss out on the combos and Court of Calling if I don't go with a devoted
Your
druid.
game can start.
So
Your game has started.
we'll just see. Yep, this seems good. Seems really good. Who goes first? Alright, so yeah, I go first. Cavern. Name humans. Hierarch. And to my turn. Oh, they take 2. So we'll probably just play the freebooter next turn since they seem like a control deck. But these caverns are going to be great. What you got going on, opponent man? Yeah, sure. We'll take the spell snare, because that's the only thing we can take. Oh, he just... Oh, it was that guy. Is that my opponent? No, okay. Then next turn we'll probably just go Lieutenant Lieutenant. Not sure what they could have. Yeah, we don't have... Right now we can only cast our phantasmal images through Noble Hierarch, but that's okay. Lightning Helix. That's rude. That was a good top deck though. So they get back Spell Snare, which they can't cast. That's fine. Well, we can't play our other Thalia's Lieutenant. I mean, we're going to. So we know they have Spell Snare, Vendilion Click. Okie dokie. Yep. Take your pick. Did not take a card. So we'll start by playing, alright. So, I think the Daredevils are supposed to come in here. And the Sin Collectors. Seems bad. Reflector Mage doesn't seem that great. Maybe a couple Meddling Mages. But they seem pretty good against the verdicts. But maybe we can drop 1. And image, I guess. Yeah, that seems good. That sounds good.
Has started.
Yeah, seems pretty good. Start with an Aether Vial. Go from there. Yeah, I don't know which matchups I'm supposed to bring the Daredevil in for, but if it was any of them, I feel like it's got to be Control. Human. Yep. Play our Aether Vial. Next turn we'll play Champion of the Parish, Kitesail Freebooter, and go off from there. Yes, I would like to put a counter. Yep, this hand seems pretty good. Yep, cancel that. Aether Vial. Yes. Champion of the Parish. Then put a freebooter. can't be countered, which is nice. Cavern of Souls is a pretty good magic card, turns out. And then next turn it's Lieutenant, Lieutenant, unless they just have really good, something we really need to take off the freebooter. And then it's probably just freebooter, Lieutenant. Well, Lieutenant first, and then freebooter. Opponent is thinking about the land they want. Maybe they realize that they can't counter this, so they're trying to decide which land they need. Or it's just a general, what land do they need? Oh, he disconnected. Yes, you may do the thing. It's rude. I guess I'll take my only other basic. Yeah, you can't play Spell Queller. Steel of the Godhead. Yep. So he exiles spells. It's important to know. Yeah, we will bump it up to 2. Well, that's a good draw. Just because it gives him something he probably has to counter. And if he doesn't, then that's good for us. Yes, sir. You may have it. And it being a 1-drop was very important for us. So now our stuff gets pretty big. Alright. That's how you do it. Alright, so let's try Affinity again. Because that's currently lowest on our list, so I think that one's, it's more important for us to play that one. So we know how we feel about it. But I really don't like when cards can just... because they just have a lot of hate. There's a lot of hate for Affinity. Because like when I played F&M and I played against Naya Burn, they have Destructive Revelries and Wear Tears, Stony Silences. Granted, they didn't play all of them, but he played 4 Destructive Revelry. Like I bring in gear per Aether Grids, expecting Stony Silence, but then they just play that. So you have to kind of anticipate what their hate is going to be, which is kind of annoying. Pretty annoying. Whereas if you're playing like a human deck, like you know the hate they're bringing in. They're bringing in board wipes and kill spells. Whereas Affinity, they can bring those in and artifact hate. So, and you just kind of... Alright, we just got a new follower. Team... Wait. Okay, yeah, Team Spock. Thanks for following. I appreciate it. So, where was I at in my thought process? Okay, so yeah, Affinity not only loses 2 board wipes and spot removal, but it also more so loses to stuff like Stony Silence. People just have a lot more answers to that. And again, as we kind of talked about yesterday, the weak to Jund aspect is very important for Affinity, because
Your
Jund is
game
kind of
can
on
start.
Jund is kind of on the rise at the
Your
moment.
game has started.
Yep, this is keepable. We gotta turn one Steel Overseer. So I'm thinking this is Jund and they're gonna turn one discard us. But that's okay. Like we're fairly resilient to discard. Because we actually have 2 opals. So maybe the Ornithopter, so we can't play a turn run spell. It's pretty reasonable. What do you think? Alright, so we took the Overseer, so we'll just turn one Ravager instead. We can't turn one it. My bad, for some reason I thought that was an artifact. I mean, eventually it is an artifact, but not at the moment. Alright, so I don't think we can kill him next turn. Be 1, 2... No, because we can't play Ravager. I don't think we can kill him next turn with Ink Moth. Because what is it? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, we can't kill him next turn. Is that one better? No, we'll just play the Ink Moth. Play Ravager. Bolt the Vault Scourge. Yep. And I guess we can go ahead and sacrifice this Mox Opal. Because we don't have anything in hand that we're gonna cast, really. Alright, let's see what our opponent's got. Probably more removal. Because it is a Jund deck, and that's what Jund does. Remove things. Fairly effectively. Cavern of Souls? What did he name? Eldrazi. I don't know what our opponent's playing, but it's interesting. Alright, so we can... And we're gonna activate. And we'll attack. We'll attack with the Ornithopter if he somehow can kill multiple dudes. And it gives me a reason to yeah, it gives me a reason to throw stuff onto the Ornithopter and just gets us in more damage. And we're not blocking with it, so it's okay. Blood Crypt, alright. So he really wants to play a 4-drop or 2 2-drops. see what he's got. Shaman of the Great Hunt. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, put a 1/1 counter on that creature. Draw a card for each creature you control with power 4 or greater. Sure. He named Eldrazi with his Cavern of Souls, correct? Cavern of Souls. No, I was reading that. Chosen Eldrazi. Okay. Yep, alright, we will take 4. So let's see if we can kill our opponent. Okay, so currently we could deal 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or if we throw everything here, it's a 1, 2. So it would be 1, 2, poison if we activated. And then we could sacrifice 1, 2, 3. Okay, we pump everything, so that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6. If we had one more mana, it would be lethal. Oh no, because he gets bigger. Okay, so he's 3. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is 4. Sorry, I'm really bad at this. Alright. So it's 1, 2, 3 from sacrificing. So that puts Arcbound Ravager at a 5/5. He also gets plus from the Overseer, so he's a 6/6. If we activate our Ink Moth Nexuses, they each be 2/2, so that's 4, so that's lethal. Okay. Ugh. Sacrifice an artifact. No, he already had one poison counter, so. But either way, we did have enough. Alright, take 10. Alright, that was fun. Okay, so Blood Moon seems pretty good against him. Hazoret seems pretty good. He doesn't really seem like a Rest in Peace deck. Dispatch and Saper Sanctuary seem good. Spell Pierce doesn't seem that great because, I mean, he plays the discard spells, but that's not too scary. Edge Champion seems good. Bomat Couriers don't seem great. And I think Lifelink's important because he's more of a hasty type deck. So I'm thinking Mimnites can go. And maybe we don't need Dispatch. No, I like Dispatch. And then maybe a couple Signal Pests. Sure.
Your game has started.
Alright, well, we'll keep. It's a good hand. Alright, take what you want. Maybe Mox Opal? Otherwise we just spew most of our hand. Signal Pest could be reasonable. Because we actually do have 3 artifacts this time that we can play. And then play a Vault Scourge. So if he takes a Vault Scourge, then that's fine. Alright, he took the Mox Opal. It's kind of what I figured he'd take. Alright, so we'll play the Blink Moth, play Ornithopter, and I guess Signal Pest is better. And you'll deal the same amount of damage as playing the Signal Pest. But it gains us life. Next turn we can Spire, play both our dudes, depending on what we draw. But Mox Opal did seem like the correct choice for our opponent to take. Alright, yeah, that seems a little better, but we'll play it after we attack. Because we're not doing anything with the attack, so see if he wants to remove it. I think he can take 1. That kind of makes me want to just go wide. So yeah, we'll just go wide. Like, Steel Overseer is definitely better, but he definitely has a removal spell. Like he really definitely has a removal spell. So he can't have a board wipe this turn, to my knowledge. I guess he could have like the Flaying Tendrils or one of the smaller board wipes, but that's just as bad if we play the Overseer. So we're weak to board wipes regardless. No, I'll play out that guy. Lets me dodge removal somewhat. The opponent is probably thinking he probably should have killed whatever we killed whatever he wanted to kill before letting Arcbound resolve. Maybe not. You know, I'm operating under the assumption that he still chooses Eldrazi. Still we really haven't seen anything from him. We've seen Inquisition of Kozilek and the 4-dropped Hasty dude. Not Hazaret. The Shaman of the Great Pack, I think it was. Something to that effect. You may have a thought, not seer. And he gets to take our steel overseer, which is sad, but it's okay. Alright, like, oh, my bad. Takes the steel overseer. Next turn we get to attack for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Get to attack for 7 next turn with 4 lifelink. That seems pretty good. It's not lethal, is it? Let's see again. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, not lethal. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. You hold up. Yay, flying. So we could increase it by 3. Ooh, 4, because we could have sacked our signal pest as well that wasn't doing damage. That's neat. I haven't even thought about attacking with signal pest but then sacrificing it. But he would have only been at 1. So. What does our opponent have? I mean, board wipe's not good for us, but they never really are. Yeah, he didn't even attack with it, which is kind of sad. But yeah, I mean, technically we could activate this, but it dies too, so. Yeah, we'll take it. We'll draw a card, and then they get to draw a card, so. Or, then we get to draw another card. You got it. That's a good combo, though. But now he's super tapped out. And that was definitely a good plan. Nice. Oh, whoops. Supposed to activate that. We're looking for like Hazaret. That would be our ideal draw. I'm fairly certain he cannot take a Hazaret, or he cannot beat a Hazaret. I would accept Blood Moon. I don't think. I mean, we'll cast it. So is this like a weird Eldrazi deck? So we're both just playing a lot of lands and not doing much. Yep. So did he draw a relevant spell? We shall see. We're still just gonna, if he just doesn't play anything, then we'll Still just attack with our dudes. Kolagon's command. Ugh. That's terrible for us. So we take 2, they get back probably Obligator. Ugh. That's spicy. I guess that's a reason to be Jund. Turns out Kolagon's command is a good magic card. For those unaware. Huh. I would have taken the Obligator. Because that does more damage, because he gets to attack for 3 this turn. Wait, who did he deal 2? Did he deal 2 to himself? Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, and then if I can ever kill this for some reason, I get to draw an extra card. So I think the Obligator was... I guess I could block the Obligator. Makes some sense. We're just gonna attack. I mean, there's no real point in holding back Inkmoth Nexus. Gives us another possible kill condition if our opponent can kill our Blinkmoth. But it's more important to get in damage with the Blinkmoth now, because he's at 2 life. So opponent's just playing off the top of their deck. And they actually don't seem like they have much removal in their deck. Another Thought-Knot Seer is pretty good. So that puts us to 16, and then they do 8 and 8, but we kill them faster. So, especially if we draw some sort of relevant spell like an Arcbound Ravager, Cranial Plating, Master of Ethereum. Also the Etch Champion. I mean, you definitely attack. You can't block. So. Alright. So. Yeah, we'll play again. Cause, like, I like some of what Affinity's doing. Like, being able to kill really quick is nice. And just being able to, like, on the spot, just be like, okay, this is lethal, go. Like, just deal 10. Infect when they're at 0 type deal. It's pretty nice. But is that better than just, like, comboing with Devoted Druid? Or it doesn't play much control stuff. It's just all in aggro. Like, it doesn't really have a backup plan. It's artifacts and attacking. I mean, it has technically a alternate plan after sideboard with Gear per Aether Grid, but the Aether Grid is still just play artifacts and deal damage with artifacts. So, I mean, Affinity's really good. I mean, that is a big deal. Is that it just being
Your game can start.
It being a good deck.
Your game
stands for
has
something.
started.
Nope. Can't keep Zero Landers. It was a really good Zero Lander though. Yeah, we'll keep it. Yeah, that can go to the bottom. Play a Bomat Courier. We've got cards face down with Bomat Courier. Next turn, probably play the Ravager. If we draw a 1-drop, we probably play the 1-drop and Signal Pest. We got a Tron player. Various flavors of Tron, so could be anything. You got green, black, green, red, mono green. Alright, yeah. Alright. What's our opponent got? Probably another Tron land. They usually have at least 2. He didn't play a map, so it's somewhat reassuring. Whoosh. I guess we were supposed to play the... No, I think I want to go ahead and play the Overseer. It'll deal more damage, and they don't exactly play targeted removal, especially main deck. Yep, Thought Not Seer. Sounds good. Takes our Arcbound Ravager, makes us sad. So it looks like Eldrazi Tron. Makes the most sense to me. Yep. This is a pretty easy decision. Can't play the Edge Champion. It's not very good against him. Arcbound Ravager's really good here. I don't think there's a decision here. Yeah, there we go. We will activate our Nexus. Put counters on everything. And attack here. Gives us 3 infect and 1 damage. Yeah, we're not. We're not responding to anything. There's nothing we can really respond to. So we'll deal 3 infect this turn, 4 next turn. So he's dead in a few turns, and that's assuming we draw nothing and they draw nothing. But then we also have Signal Pest and Ornithopter doing flying damage, which is good too. And the Bomat Couriers, if it's lethal, then I will definitely attack. And they get 4 power because of Battle Cry and the Overseer, but yeah, we'll see. So we will be dealing a lot of damage next turn. expedition map. Yep. So he'll get his tower. He has already played a land for turn. That is fairly good news. Alright, so play our land, activate. Right, tap our overseer, try to make our math a little easier. Right, so he's got a dismember, probably on our Inkmoth Nexus. Maybe our Signal Pest. It's got to be Inkmoth Nexus, because if he had it on, yeah. Alright, so he's at 8. So he'd be taking 3, 4, 5. So if he doesn't have another removal spell, then he's dead. So we're gonna attack. Because he can only block one of these, so it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 9. Either way. That is lethal. He just has another removal spell. I guess it's just worth it to sacrifice this guy. Draw some cards. Bless you, buddy. But he's still dead. Grudge seems good. Thought seems good. Spell Pierce seems good. Dispatch seems good. Blood Moon seems good. Edge Champion seems bad. Bowmat Courier is okay. Vault Scourge, we don't really need life gain. So I guess we can keep in a Bowmat Courier. Is there anything else I want to take out? Is Memnite better than Bowmat Courier? Yeah, this thing is fine. Waiting on our opponent to make decisions. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Your game has started.
Game has started. Alright, so this hand's pretty bad. It just doesn't do much of anything. So we'll mulligan that one. This hand's a little better. It's not great, but we'll keep it. Put that guy on the bottom. This is only a keep because we're on the draw. If we were on the play, I don't think we could keep it. If we were on the play, we might have kept that last hand. But that last hand was really slow. Chal is on 0. That's rude, dude. I swear I put that to the bottom. Yeah, if we just don't draw another land, then we're up a creek without a paddle. I'm pretty sure that means we're in not a very good spot. I'm not exactly sure if Like, aren't you? Is your objective? Because if your objective, if you're up a creek, is to be up the creek, then I think you're in a good spot. But if your objective while you're up the creek is to be down the creek, I would imagine that down, you would go down naturally. So it'd be okay. Like, you don't gotta paddle that way, so. Not exactly sure where they're going with that. So you just have 3 chalices, and we don't get to play Magic? I mean, I clearly don't have a 1-drop. I would have played the 1-drop if I had a 1-drop. So I don't know if this is correct. I guess the best place to start is the Steel Overseer. Because that does the most by itself. If he just doesn't have a removal spell, it can just keep ticking itself up. Whereas Cranial Planing doesn't do much, and Arcbound Ravager is a 1/1. And if it lives, we get to do more stuff, so that's pretty good. Hangerback Walker for 1. What? Why did... Okay. Why is he giving up on his own? That one also gets countered. Oh no, that one doesn't get countered. Oh, he gets to ping it for 1. Why did he just let his Hangerback Walker die? That's interesting. Chalice on 0 really did kind of hurt us. Only because we happen to have 2 Ornithopters in hand. So I assume our opponent misclicked the Hangerback Walker and did not mean to play it. But they don't have a 3rd land, so that's good news. And it kind of looks like they still don't have a 3rd land, which is gooder news. Opponent is thinking. Alright, so I guess we will activate and give it some counters. Right, now to our turn. Ah, yes, that is still countered. My bad. But, no, wouldn't have done much anyways. So it'd be poison for 4. I mean, I don't have enough mana to play another one. Like, I won't have enough mana in the future to be able to equip 2 Cranial Planings and activate. If we draw another land, it's a different story. But yeah, that was kind of dumb to cast the Signal Pest, but it didn't exactly matter. I mean, if we draw Ancient Grudge, obviously it'll matter a little bit more. He's got a Ghost Quarter, so he can Ghost Quarter our Inkmoth Nexus, but I mean, we are where we are, so not much we can do. And after this, we'll probably play a Devoted Druid deck. Can't play Mox Opal. I guess we'll attempt to suit this up. He'll kill it, but pretty sure we don't have another basic. I think we just play the 1 basic. I'm actually like 99% positive we only play one basic land. Yep. I assume he kills it. Nope, he just takes 4. Sure. I guess he's not in a spot where he can sacrifice his lands. Dismember. That's a little excessive. But yeah. This would be a very much different game if the chalices didn't exist, but that's why they play them. But if we can get like an Ancient Grudge, and we can deal with that chalice. Now he's drawing lands, which makes sense. Eventually he's got to draw lands. Chalice on 2, and that will do it. Do we have anything on 3 that really saves us? No. Yep, so that'll do it. I mean, yeah, nothing here really helps us with that. So
Your game has started.
we'll just try to go fast. This seems pretty good. Next turn we'll play an Overseer, and then Blood Moon, and we'll probably Thoughtseize next turn, and then Blood Moon, and we'll Thoughtseize by activating the Nexus. And Chalice on 0. Sure. Chalice on 0 is not particularly great when we go first, we being Affinity. So we will Place Fire, activate Inkmoth Nexus, cast Thoughtseize. Alright. So I think we just gotta hope he doesn't draw another Eldrazi Temple. No, I think we take Thought Knot. Yeah, I think we just gotta hope he doesn't draw lands. Alright, that was probably best possible. Oh, well. That was probably best possible for our opponent. You don't get to play that. But he gets to play it next turn, which is important. Alright, so I think double Overseer is better than cranial plating. Because again, they can just get really big by themselves. Now we could play the Thought Knot, take our cranial plating. But we could play one and try to go to town. Yep. Pick whichever one you want. Yep, still can't cast that. I knew that. Playing online is so much more difficult. But no, we're not going to attack. We'll just keep pumping these guys up, make them extremely big, and probably be good. I mean, if our opponent just keeps drawing lands, then there's not much we can do. Yeah, we can take 9 and we can beat whatever he does, because we can make our things big enough next turn to block, so, and not die. Well, one of them would die, but oh, fudge nuggets! I forgot to pump. Oh man, that's annoying. Oh man, oh man. So I'd have a 3/3 and a 9/3, but we can block the 4/4 next turn, so 6. Okay, so we'll try to play better. Yeah, like I said, just playing online makes life a little difficult. So we gotta block the Thought Knot Seer. Yeah. So our mistake last turn probably cost us the game. Maybe not. Oh, yeah. Still can't cast that. That's upsetting. Okay, yeah, so our mistake last turn cost us the game. So, yeah. Yep. But we had it. It also kind of hurt that our opponent kept drawing lands. But no, that was like 90% our fault. And like 10% playing online's fault, because I could have blocked the Reality Smasher and the Thought Knot Seer, and because I would have had really big creatures, and yeah, that should have been our game. That was 100% my fault. 100%. Okay, 90%. So we'll play. Let's try Elves. Let's do some Elves. Man, that feels bad. Because we had that one pretty much.
Your game can start.
A little
Your
upsetting,
game
but
has started.
it's the type of stuff that I only seem to make online, going super fast. Which is my fault. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's not my fault there. Yeah. This is a keep. Turn 1 Nettle Sentinel. Turn 2 Druid Llanowar Elves. Turn 3 Chord. Seems good. That changes the plan, correct? No, because we can Nettle Sentinel, still play both of those, and then play Archdruid next turn. So. Yep, sounds good. And we can even attack with Nettle Sentinel next turn and still make the mana, so we're gonna do that. No, we'll do it first, because then he can attack for 3. So, doing it in this order. Yes, sure. Allows us to attack for more. Because we get to cast the Archdruid. Yes. So, alright. Next turn we can chord for another Archdruid if we want. Opponent has Tron. Makes sense. They're Tron. They get Tron. That's what Tron does. Just like we are Elves, we play Elves. It's just what we do. It's how nature has intended things to be. I think Chalice on 3 is a little... Chalice on 1? It's a little late, unfortunately for our opponent. We'll play the Windsweepy, get a basic forest. How much can we get? 7 mana? So I guess we just Do we... No, I think we get... Yeah, we go ahead and get an Archdruid. And then next turn we can get Nazuri. Or do we get... If we get Dwinnen's Elite? So what can he... let me check to see what the Oblivion Stone... It's 3 and 5, so 8. So yeah, he can do it next turn. He's got it, but I think we just got to go all in. So I'm thinking Dwinnen's Elite and... So then we can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, if we were going to do that, we were supposed to... Yeah, so we'll just get a Archdruid. Because if we had done it for 2 and then for 3, we could have. But at the moment, we can't. So if you got Own Stone, he's got O Stone. But if he had O Stone, I'm pretty sure he would have played O Stone last turn as opposed to Chalice. So there's that. Opponent is thinking Endbringer does not do it. He's just still just dead on board, correct? Because he blocks our 2 biggest ones, 4, 3, and he takes 3, 6, 9. So yeah, he's dead on board. If this is his play. But if he had double Dismember, he'll know when he skips turn. I was going to tell him that he had a mana floating. But let's say he doesn't do this and he just has double Dismember. Oh, okay. Then we can attack. Those are both 1/1, so that'd be pretty bad. But considering he was planning on casting the Matter Reshaper, it's a pretty safe assumption that he doesn't have. But we just chord for x equals 0. Yes, untap our dude. Can't get anything, but we untapped our dude. But even if he played 2 dudes, we were attacking for 9 anyways. So it's not like this one particular mistake cost him the game. So he still takes a lot of damage. The path seems good. Revoker seems good. The rest of that doesn't seem great. We can take out, nope, Rec Sage. Yeah, okay, we have another Rec Sage. We can take out Selfless. No, we can keep Selfless in. Where's the, do I have a Scavenging Ooze in here? No. Okay. So you gotta drop 5. That's not good. There aren't 5 I want to drop. I guess Nettle Sentinels. Azuri and a no, I think Chord's great. Maybe drop in Azuri. Yeah. The one problem at the moment is not being super familiar with any of these decks. I do not know exactly how I'm supposed to be sideboarding.
Your game has started.
Seems good. We just want to land in our next 2 draws. But if not, if we don't draw land, then turn 2 Dwinin's Elite isn't bad. But we'd prefer to get land, Archdruid. Yep, Matter Reshaper. Is it when it dies? Yep, it's when it dies. There you go. So, land. That's what we really want to see. I don't think I care which land. I'm pretty sure we don't play any tapped lands. Turn 2 tapped lands. Not a land, unfortunately. So I'll just play a Dwinin's Elite. Still looking for a land. If not, no, we don't. Thinking maybe we chord, but we still might chord. If we draw a land, we might chord. Because it lets us get a Devoted Druid and then play the Vizier next turn and get infinite mana. Thought Knot's pretty good to stop that. But he's got a lot. He's got cards to pick from. Like it's not just a super easy choice, at least in my brain, because he could take Path so that we can't get rid of the Thought Knot Seer, which is relevant. He can take our Archdruid so we can't gain a whole bunch of mana. Take our Chord to stop the combo. Take our Vizier. One of the reasons I probably want to try to fit a second Vizier in here. Just because if it's dealt with, especially through something like a Thought Not Seer, we're not getting it back. So what'd he take? Company? I don't know if that's the one I would have taken. Regardless, I think pretty much any other option was probably better. Except maybe the Archdruid, because we're redundant on the Archdruids. But if he has another Thought Knot, then... that makes some amount of sense. Man, just not getting there. So I think we path the Thought Knot Seer, try to get a land. Nice. Alright, so that's okay. We're not blocking, so we'll attack. Makes sense to me. But again, if we had drawn a land, we would have played it, corded on their instep for 2, get Devoted Druid, get Vizier, get infinite mana, be in a good spot. But now we're in kind of a rough spot. Got 2, 4, 6 mana. If he plays an Eldrazi, 5 mana if he does not. No play from our opponent. Okay. Is he just all lands? No, Inbringer. Okay, that one is spooky. But I think we can still get there. Alright, so do we play our Elvish Archdruid to go ahead and prevent the damage from the Endbringer? No, I think we... just hold open what we have. Chord for... He knows we have a Chord of Calling. We'll chord for Devoted Druid. Play our Vizier, gain infinite mana. Play a bunch of Archdruids and I think we'll be okay. He gets to kill off an elf. Probably the Mystic. If he doesn't just attack. I think infinite mana is where we want to be. And if he plays like a Thought Not Seer, then we'll just search for a another Archdruid. And he'll ping off something, but it's okay. Yep. You may have an expedition map. Expedition map searches for Tron Piece. Seems good. Yep. It's the mine, plays the mine. If it's like Karn, I think we're okay. If it's Worm Coil Engine, we're less okay. That's pretty bad. Alright, so let's see what we got going on here. No, I don't think any of that's just better than what we have. Can we take 8? Yeah, we gotta take 8, 9, 10, 11. Sure. And if he doesn't kill anything, then we can't search for Devoted Druid. We have to search for the another Arch Druid. Unfortunately. Yeah, Walking Ballista is probably just the best option, or the best card for him. Well, this is lagging pretty bad at the moment. Where's our last Archdruid? There it is. Zuri. That's pretty good. But I think Archdruid's probably better. Just overload him on Archdruids, maybe. Yeah, I don't, this is really laggy. Am I dropping any frames? No, alright, so. Ugh. Okay, so this is probably going to be my last match. This is how laggy it's going to be. Because I don't see any problems elsewhere on the internet, so it looks like it's looks like it's just here. Oh boy. We'll probably play the other two Archdruids as well. Is this to players? So we're okay, well we can't do that. Oh, we're just dead. We're just dead. Okay. Because he can just make his ballista really big. Oh, that was my bad. Okay. Yep. He's got that one. Yeah, okay, we'll keep it
Your
as is.
game has started.
Yeah, I guess I was supposed to sure, keep it. It's got mana. Mana's good. But I guess we were supposed to kill the walking ballista or just block the Endbringer, keep us at some amount of reasonable life. Still looking for lands. Yeah, this game would have been a little different if we had drawn more lands, but again, that last misplay definitely cost us about as much. I mean, we lost because of both, so. Alright, we just want lands, so or mana, so we'll get mana. And next turn we'll play both of those, play more devoted druids. Because we just need X to equal 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we draw land, I think we win. JK. Yep. So we'll just yeah, so that's a little rough. Granted, we wouldn't have won this turn because we didn't have the mana. Which is so rude. He just has all the things. Yeah. So he's still taking a bunch of damage. So that's fairly good news. And that was a pretty good turn too. Pretty good turn too. And that's pretty good that he doesn't have Tron turn 3. Nice. Alright, does chord for 6 really matter? I don't think so. I think we'll just attack. Attacking sounds good. Because 3, it's lethal if he doesn't have anything. But he probably has something. If it's Thought Not Seer, can we beat a Thought Not Seer? Probably. I mean, he can't take much because we've got redundant Chords of Calling. Right. So it doesn't look like he has an answer because he would have played it. Matter Reshaper. Right, does that change anything? So if we attack with, so if we Devoted Druid and Forest Razor Verge, they get to play Arch Druid. We've got 3, so he blocks a 4 and a 3, and he takes 6. Oh no, he blocks the 4 and he takes 9. Okay, yeah, that is illegal. I think it was also lethal just by tapping the Arch Druid. No, because that would be unblocked, so it'd be 4. Yeah, it'd only be 8. So that was a good one. Kerchow. Well, that looks like that. Nice. Alright, well, that's going to do it for me tonight. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for the follows. And if you're watching on Twitch, hit the follow button. If you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate all the support. And I hope to see you all back next time. Have a good evening, morning, or whatever time you're at right now.